Hello, chat, and welcome to the 14th installment of our NIKKE VA highlight series. Today, I'm joined as always by my traveling comrade here, Neko, who is reverted to a Doro today. Hello, Neko.
Hello. How are you all doing today?
Neko is airpodding today, but chat, join us in aiding to welcome the English voice actor of our favorite snarky little gremlin, Leviathan, Brandi Hollsten. Welcome in. Hello.
I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much for coming on today with us. Thank you. But we were discussing right before we went live. You have no idea how popular your character is in the game, do you?
No, and I don't even know that I'm okay hearing that because that's hard for me to hear.
Are you watching the stream by any chance?
Am I? Hang on. Let me
Can you see the
get
chat?
it. Yeah, I tried to. Oh, hey guys. Hey everyone. Oh, yes. Oh, I see it.
Watch this.
Technology.
Type 1 if you like Leviathan in the game, chat. Give me a 1. Type 1 in chat if you like Levy. Let's see how fast this chat goes.
How many times can I type it?
Oh wow, that's great. W first time chatters. Holy crap.
Oh my god.
Okay, Neko, you're kind of low-key spamming. Neko, calm down.
Guys, no.
I don't care. I'm gonna spam.
You have an extremely popular character that you play, like instant fan favorite character when she was introduced.
She's amazing. That is all the credit to the writers because what an incredible character.
It's how you played her too. It's how you play her as well.
You were amazing.
Amazing.
You're so nice. I really appreciate those super nice words, but also I respond so well to really great writing, and this I also respond really well to chaotic characters, and she is completely and totally chaotic.
She is chaos.
Yeah, she is chaos.
She is chaos.
She is chaotic. But I guess backpedaling a bit, why don't you give us a rundown on how you got involved with NIKKE? I know Mr. Overlord Bill recruits people like Infinity Stones. So what's your story getting involved in this game?
I love this question. Yeah, so Overlord Bill, he, no, I just got the audition through my agent ages ago, and I think I'd auditioned for a few different roles, maybe for NIKKE. So often projects come to us with, like fake names, so we don't always know. But I'm pretty sure I had auditioned for a few different characters, and then this character came around, and specifically it said, we're looking for someone who, did it say this, or did I just make this up in my head? That it said, we want someone who has like a really, the character has to have like a good laugh, or like a good, there has to be something about it that she's just has that sort of chaotic energy. And I was like, done. One of my very favorite things I could ever do for a character is find a laugh for them. Because I think a laugh says a lot about a character. It's for her that was it for me. And I think when I finally did meet Bill for the first time when we first recorded, he was like, do you know why you got the job? And I said, no. And he was like, because we never know. And so he was like, I loved the laugh that you gave her. And I was like, oh,
yes,
thank you. Yeah. So I think that just sort of gave her a dynamic that he wanted for that character, for what they were looking up for her energy, her.
I agree. That laugh is amazing.
For her energy.
Very nice.
It's not the first time that we've had a voice actor come on and say they developed the laugh for the character before the voice. I think it was Nihilister's VA that we brought on that said the same thing.
Oh.
They developed the laugh for them, and it's easy to develop the voice afterwards because the laugh is the hardest thing for them to do.
Yeah, I think laughs can be hard. I think that it's but for me it's a good entry into a character because it helps to sort of figure out, are they reserved? Are they afraid to show who they are? Is it a showy something that they do? Are they sort of a showman? Do they want people to hear? Do they not want people to hear? Are they secret in the way that they do things? There's a lot that can be, I think, conveyed in that. So, yeah.
I guess it's just really cool that it seems like you just get a pool of different characters, very vague descriptors of them, and then Bill would just go, yeah, this one's good for this one. You're coming in. Welcome to the studio. Oh, this is your character, by the way. Did you get anything for Leviathan at all? Like, any descriptors besides, like, the fact that she was snarky or, like, she had to have a good laugh? No? Nothing? No. Did you develop her voice from the script?
No.
No, we go into it pretty blind. So one thing that I'll do is that I'm just the tiniest bit OCD, and I have a spreadsheet, and I'm like, I wonder if I can even pull it up right now to see if I can find the audition call out that I had for her. So if my agent gets back to me and says, hey, you booked this job, I can go back, listen to the soundbite that I submitted for it, and then I can also look and see what were the specs for the character. And so, like, what was the character description that they gave me when I auditioned, and then how did I interpret that for the audition? Because sometimes you'll do the audition and then you don't hear back for months. Sometimes it's days, sometimes it's weeks, sometimes it's months. So for this one, I think it was a matter of weeks for this one, but even when it came back, I was like, oh my god, what character is that? I don't even know. So I had to go back and look because I couldn't remember. And then we don't get the scripts. We read the scripts real time with Bill. So yeah, it's one of those voiceover, especially in a job like this, is something where you just sort of like, you finish a job, you sit down, you've got like little Tweety birds spinning over your head, and you're like, what did I just do?
No, but you did amazing regardless.
Very sure.
Yeah. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Now I have this picture in my head of Leviathan being OCD, and there's like a bunch of papers everywhere, but then she can't organize it because the black ooze is everywhere too.
Hey, she can control it
and
now.
So she's
calm down.
frustrated.
She controls it now.
She forgot for 1 second.
Okay, yeah, looks like
crap, I got on.
I auditioned for Egg. I don't.
For Egg?
Oh,
You were an Egg audition?
for Egg.
That was one of the auditions that came my way. It doesn't always have a lot of specifics for what they're asking for. Sometimes I know that was one audition that I did, but sometimes they'll send out a whole pile of characters and just say, you know, you're right for these characters. Pick one or pick three.
Wow.
And submit what you want to do. So for one of them, I know I did that one, and then Chime and Crown are two other ones that I wrote down the audition for at some point. I auditioned. That's just I auditioned for it. Obviously, didn't get them, but I auditioned for it. So I don't have. I don't actually have written down where I auditioned for Leviathan.
She doesn't understand.
Most amazing characters. Oh my god, we're freaking out.
You don't play the. I assume that you're not familiar with like all the characters. There's a lot of them in the game, right? That's why we're here to kind of like also inform you. Crown and Chime are a really popular duo. Crown's like undisputed top 5 like period for NIKKE.
Oh, cool.
Elig is you got the auditions like very early, like I want to say maybe early 2024-ish then, because those are very early. Wow, nailed it. GG chat.
Yeah, wow.
Bill can't tell me anything.
We're starting to learn the timeline. Yeah, we're learning how this works.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, January 2024.
Yeah, because Crown and Chime came out relatively early, and then Elig came out around the same time Levy was shown. It was a couple updates behind. That's insane. And like NIKKE voice actors aren't not known for having multiple roles either, so you never know. We might hear you again in the future as like you just hit all the pilgrims. You hit all the pilgrims, like one of the most popular characters in the game, period. Like Egg broke the internet when she came out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Now I want to look up who did it, and like I love
Abby
celebrating
Esperu, I think.
Oh yeah, Abby Espiritu.
Yeah, Espiritu, yeah.
Yeah. And I might be pronouncing her last name wrong. So
I might also be. Apologies.
Yeah, but she's incredible. She's in and she and I don't know each other formally, but like I know her through work she's done, and like I've been in classes with her and stuff. And she's amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah, so I honestly don't have it written down in my little tracker when I did the audition for Leviathan, which makes me wonder, did I do a specific one for her?
I'm so glad you ended up being Leviathan there, because the chaos, you just embrace it so well.
Oh, thank you. Everything plays out as a voice actor in the community. For the people who are like really one of the reasons I love this community so much is that people are very loving and supporting of one another. And it's not 100% of the time true, but like I would say 95% of the time that's the truth. And if you don't get a job and someone else does, you're usually like, oh yeah, that was the right choice. That was the right choice. You know, because everyone is so different. So like missing out on those other roles doesn't feel like a massive like, oh, I'm not good enough. That felt like, oh, those weren't my parts. So then when I booked this, it was like, oh yeah, this is good. And so when you miss out on other parts in a game like this, it's always fun when something else comes along and then you do book it because you're like, this was my part. Yes, this is what I was supposed to get.
This is what you were waiting for. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I also wanted to ask you, you're originally a TV actor, right? Like an on-screen actor.
Yes. How dare you?
How dare you?
No. I'm just kidding. No, I am. Yeah, I did. Stage was my love for many years, and then I transitioned. I continued to do stage up until the pandemic, and then I had been doing on-camera stuff for a long time. And I'm not in LA, so I don't have access to any of the like big, you know, that kind of stuff. But I did a ton of commercial work, and then a girlfriend of mine who's very talented, she and I and my sister produced and wrote a web series.
Oh.
And so we did one season of that web series and loved everything was so great. And then at the end of that one season, life intervened and we weren't able to go on immediately with a second season. But yeah, so it was originally on camera and the pandemic hit. Life got weird and complicated. And, I had been focusing on voiceover for a long time prior to the pandemic, but then when that happened, I was like, I just want to go in on this. So starting in about 2020, I quit on camera and went over to just voiceover. So
I guess
how did you make that transition?
Oh gosh, what a great question. No, it was a big emotional decision for me. And I kind of had to like bring myself to write the email saying I'm no longer going to be pursuing this to my agent before I could really assess how I felt. And so I did that. And once I felt great about, like I sent it off, got great feedback from them, took a deep breath, and then I was like, okay, we're all in on the voiceover thing. And then I started seeking out every voiceover class I could find across the country, and everything had gone remote, which was perfect. And so I was able to, yeah, so I had access to stuff I had never had access to before, and it was a game changer for me. So, yeah.
And did you feel like a lot of your skills that you've collected over the years translated really well to voice acting?
Echo, that's such a good question. Yes, the stage, it is all the joy of performing on stage, but then the subtlety of performing on camera, and it all comes together into one little buttoned up, beautiful art form where you also can wear pajamas while you do it. Like
home studio.
You know, like, yeah, you don't sit at home at night being like, did I not get the job because my nose is weird? Or like, is it because, you know, like you as an on-camera actor, you play mind games. There's so many mind games. So being able to move forward from that into a place where I just felt confident in who I was as a performer was the gift of all gifts. It was the best.
I guess I wanted to ask you, when you got the job for NIKKE, I know that you said you're very into like well-written stories for different types of media or forms of media. Did you ever look into the popularity of the game when you got the role, or are you just going in completely blind with this entire community?
100% going in blind, always.
She's not ready.
Yeah.
She's not ready. She is not ready yet.
Yeah, and that was when during my first recording session, Bill asked me, our overlord Bill asked me, what do you know about this game? And I was like, not really much. You know, I Googled it and I to kind of see what it is. And he was like, oh, welcome.
Oh.
New victim acquired, chat.
I know, and now I'm in it. So I don't play the game yet, but I'm constantly like Googling cutscenes and trying to watch what other people are doing and just like guessing, like trying to like learn more about the story because it's
Chat,
so
watch
complicated.
Watch this. Can I interest you in a
It's so
YouTube
good.
channel that does a comprehensive summary series of the entire story?
You.
It's my YouTube channel.
If you could connect me, that'd be great. No, I'm just kidding. I know. I'm gonna be watching a lot of your stuff, so
I'm gonna die. I need to make more Levy content. I will die. Okay, chat. I'm rushing the summary series. 25 and 26 is getting finished by like this time next week. Pyrrhixz, no. Pyrrhixz, yes. Don't tell me what to do. It's in my stream. Shameless plug. Yes. Yes. But I guess like another question is this your first like, I guess, interaction in a community-based setting with people that are a part of the NIKKE community?
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Also a really good question. Yes.
Ooh.
Honored.
Yeah, I'm absolutely a newbie to
Mm.
this angle of things, and
Mm.
I love this community so far.
Oh, that's so
My
awesome.
understanding is that I'm gonna continue to love this community.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
But-
you will.
yeah.
We love you.
You're very nice. No, I'm so grateful that people are like open to me being a part of it and excited for me to be a part of it, and I'm excited to be a part of y'all's community and like this. Do you know, like it's so cool to be a part of something that has such a. This is a nerd alert. I'm just a massive Harry Potter fan, have been my entire life. And
Nice.
like I was the kid when the books were coming out. I was getting them. Like I was waiting in line at midnight and like to get them and read them all night. You know. So those kinds of things. Like I'm a huge nerd for that kind of stuff, and I love a community that's that rabid. So
Oh,
Yes,
art.
thank you.
Oh
I'll take
my
that as a
God.
compliment. Thank you.
If I were to describe
Yeah.
the NIKKE
You
community,
know, if you
Oh,
I
go
just
ahead,
saw the
Neko.
chat. Hufflepuff for life. Yeah, Huffpuff. Absolutely. I am a Hufflepuff through and through. Yeah.
if you ever ended up at a convention, you're gonna be swarmed.
I'm dying. We're
Oh,
dragging you
well,
to the
you guys
booth.
are so
I'm
sweet.
kidnapping you. We are going to drag you to our booth.
Would be the dream.
Yes, we are.
of my life to be at a convention. Like the dream of my life. We
can make it happen. Would you like to?
More than you will ever know. Like I love being a part of a community. I love being a part of something that people are excited about and passionate about. And like, I love having that sort of common connection with people. And I love that this is all a part of the art that I do and the art that you do, Neko, and like everything that you're doing.
Oh my God.
Mm.
It's just so cool that all of us can come together with our different offerings in this world. And
Out of curiosity, how hard is it for you to go to New York?
Oh! Okay,
I'm
nah.
actually going to New York. I'm going to New York next week, actually. So,
Do we announce it now? You just kind of spilled it, Neko. Are we announcing now?
Sure. I was gonna.
All
You
right.
want me to do it? I can do
All
it.
right, I got you. Chat, we'll see you at Anime NYC, boys. We got accepted. We'll see you guys at Anime
We got
NYC, boys.
accepted!
We will see you there in August, chat. G fucking
Hell
G's,
yeah.
boys.
And I was gonna say, if you're interested, Randy, in going, I can put your name in the hat for the guest list.
please, yes, please do. Are you
Okay.
kidding?
Okay, I will do that. I will
Okay,
do that
let
for
me-
you. I will do that for you.
I would die.
Let me propose. Oh, go ahead.
I
Sorry.
might not
Do that.
even make it all the way there because I will physically die out of excitement on my way. Like, I don't think I'll make it.
Let me propose an idea to the chat. Hey, chat. We all know what 2.5 anniversary is bringing around the corner at this point, right? It's no secret, right? The live stream is at the end of this week. We all know that she's involved with the 2.5, all right? Korean overlords can't strike me down anymore. They release key art for it, all right? What if, chat, we have a beautiful panel with a few faces that you guys have seen before? You know, maybe it'll be it won't be a grave encounter, but you know, we'll just have some nice little bubbles swinging around. And we'll bring in, we'll bring in Brandi. We'll bring in, maybe Siren,
We'll do our best.
Caitlin, Lauren. We can ask. We can ask. Bubbles.
I've got the deets. I can try and get all of you guys in, and
I will host the panel, Neko. You're solo. You're solo in
meetup.
Artist Alley. I'll be.
Yeah, Neko, when is it? When
You know what?
is-
I'll just
Hire somebody.
it's
Just hire
in
someone.
August.
I love that. Love it. Oh, New York City.
And you know what? I'll just have my table at the booth. It's August 21st to the 24th.
The 24th, yeah.
That's so exciting! Well, congratulations on getting accepted for y'all.
We need to include you somehow.
Thank you.
We brought a lot of people on where this is their first interaction with the NIKKE community, and it's so nice to know that it translates to just like an overwhelming like positive response from the people that are entering into the community as talent, because I know it could be like very scary coming into especially a community as big as we are. I say big, but like the bubble hasn't popped yet, Brandi. Like 2.5 the bubble will pop for
We're
your
also
character.
very passionate.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean with 2.5 the bubble will pop? What does that mean?
The bubble will pop, meaning that 2.5 anniversary has a lot of influx of new players that enter the game periodically. Like this is NIKKE's most like heavy traffic flow for the game besides the main anniversary that happens every year. And because your character ended off in the story with being a key figure, it's gonna probably be the same thing with the next 2 chapters that come out. I'm not asking you to confirm or deny. I'm just talking here, but
Don't tell us anything.
Yeah,
Don't
normally
get in
during
trouble.
Annie's, like a ton of people come in and like the category for this game will explode. You'll have like a consistent 2 to 4K people watching at any given time for anniversary content.
Very cool. Very cool. I think you guys are like, I love that. I love this community. I love it when people get excited about that kind of stuff. I love that people have lives outside of their lives, that they can escape into this little world. It's just, oh, it's so special. It's so special.
This is my life. Joke's on you. I'm kidding.
I don't think you're ready for how deep NIKKE's story really goes. Jack can agree or disagree with me, but I played a lot of gacha-based games, so like just basically like games where you collect waifus, right, or like female characters in the game. And this story is so immense and so deep. I didn't expect it out of the game that was like clowned on for being the booty shooter game, you know, because of the poses for the shooting animations. But this game has been amazing. Like it's been an amazing ride so far.
So my agent when I went into the office one time made me giggle because he was I walked in and he's like, hey, we have an audition for you. And I said, oh, okay, great. And he was like, just don't be offended by the artwork. I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw the artwork and I laughed and I was like, okay, I get it. And I'm pretty sure if it wasn't NIKKE, it was something very much in the same vein of the way that the characters are portrayed in their art. And I was like, I see. And then again, joke's on you. I'm not offended. How dare you?
How did you react to how Leviathan looked,
Yeah.
I guess? What was your reaction on her character design when you finally saw it?
So another great question. The only characters I had seen had been all the other characters, like all of the other main characters, and they had a much more sort of voluptuous look to them. So the artwork for Leviathan was just, once again, like I think you said it early, like a feral gremlin.
Yes.
It's sort of like one of these things is not like the other, and I go, I like this. Like I can get on board with this.
Yes.
I even said to Bill, I emailed him after the first recording session, and I was like, hey Bill, do you have any artwork for the character? And he's like, yeah, it was in that email that I sent you. And I'm like, oh, that's the artwork for the character. Like, okay, great, cool, I love it. And then the more that you guys have sent me some screenshots of some of the stuff that's going on, and my God, the artwork is so beautiful in this game.
Mudfish is great. I think I sent you the artwork recently for, I believe I did. I sent you Mudfish, or I sent you either that or the earlier chapters. But it just surprised me because you guys have no context as to like how the scene plays out in terms of everybody else's roles mixing with yours, and the final product is never seen. So especially if there's like an animation or a very heartwarming sequence, I immediately just like send it to VAs if I'm in contact with them, because I just want to show them how like the delivery, for instance, the entirety of Mudfish, so the most recent event that came out where Levy's kind of like, you know, not snarky Brad entirely, but it's her origin story, right? There's so many like touching moments with Siren, between Levy and Siren in that event. So I wanted to just like send you the artwork from that.
And yeah, go Neko, you go.
I was gonna say, like, I think you're maybe our first interview that is actually not a playable character yet.
This week is full of non-playable characters.
If at all. I don't don't know if you'd be playable, okay? So like don't quote me on this, but like when you do, if you do, your popularity will shoot up again. And it'll be amazing.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I'm like, let's put it all into the universe. Let's see what we can put into the universe and get back. So put all of our wishes out there and like, yeah, that would be incredible. Oh my God, that'd be amazing if she.
That would be so cool.
It's funny that we say non-playable character because we're also interviewing Red Shoes at the end of this week, who's also a non-playable character.
Yeah.
This is just a week of NPC.
That is
okay, but
wild.
like I actually feel like we can't ever get Red Shoes.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's just me.
You know, chat, this is the one time I'm hoping for a double banner, so we get Siren and Leviathan. I'm gonna die in terms of like how much pulls I'm gonna need for it, but it's worth it. It's worth it. I'll die for the cause. It's fine. A crumb of Levy.
I would love to do that because then she and I could compare notes on the scene too.
True.
So, yeah, but we don't get.
Have you spoken to her at all?
No, I've never.
Oh my gosh!
We need to bring you on.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring you on.
We need to.
So you guys can talk together.
Definitely.
I've never met anyone involved with the game, so. And
promise we'll try.
Yeah, Lauren Chu is another one of those that I've met her through classes and things, but we've never met in person. We've never had a chance to. Yeah, it's a wild world that we're a part of. It's so crazy.
It's so cool. Also, if you could look in the group chat that we have, I just sent you all of the images from Mudfish.
Oh.
So this is all the levies that we got, or Levy and Siren interactions that we got from Mudfish.
Oh, stop it! Oh my God! Yeah.
You can probably tell what scenes were for what.
Cool. That is so cool. That is just, she's too cool for me. That's where I'm like, am I dreaming? No way! This doesn't feel like this can be my life, that's a character that I could play. And again, that's where this world is the best world in the entire, like that you could, it's the best job you could ever wish for because I get to be people that I'm like, oh, I could never be that person in real life. But I get to play them when I'm dying. Do you know, like you get to play them and like you get to pretend to be in that world for at least a minute. I can pretend to be that cool and covered in goo and just the best.
For context for you, the scene where you see her like punching the puddle is the last scene that we got, and Mudfish ended, where she was like screaming like you're a traitor, you know, traitor, traitor, traitor. Those lines. That's all overlaid over those images that you see there. So when we get the blessed.
When we work yeah, oh my God, I feel like I'm blessed being a part of this, guys. But whenever Bill shows us our script, so we just share a screen with him, he shows us, and it's largely our lines. Like sometimes we'll see some of the other lines, but we have no context really of what's going on. And he'll just sort of tell us, this is when this, and then these have to be in this kind of emotional world. This has to be this, and so by the end of us recording most of what we did for Mudfish, which took multiple sessions, I was saying this to Neko earlier, I was like, I was drained, like emotionally sucked dry, because that whole storyline is so schizophrenic. It's so up and down.
Yes.
And yeah, but then also just so emotional, and I love that they gave her a backstory. I love it. I love seeing her pre-story. I love it so much.
So we love your energy and how much you love your character.
Aw, thanks, Neko.
You saw firsthand how up and down NIKKE's story can be through the perspective of Mudfish. I want you to take that, quantify it maybe like tenfold over. That's the entirety of this story. There are no like true happy moments in the story. It's always up and down, which I think is why a lot of us like the story. Normally, like a big cliche is like the characters will always win, your protagonist will always prevail. In this story, they will prevail, but it's not without loss, sacrifice, or like mental strain on the main character or their supporting cast. So it feels very raw and very real, if that makes sense. And Levy's character is whiplashing, very whiplashing in terms of emotion. She's introduced as like a smug, arrogant character, and then we kind of get a more softer side of her later on in the chapters, and then Mudfish came around. and we were not ready for Mudfish when it came around.
And then we're like, we understand now, tears dripping down our face.
Oh my God. I mean, I was in the same boat, guys. I was in the same boat because Bill he just sort of gave me like little moments of like, okay, this is what we're headed towards. And I was like, oh, okay. And then by the end of it, I was like, oh, okay, are we done for today? Like, it's so
were you
beautiful.
not expecting your character to have such like a wide range of emotion? And
I always
like, how do you? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you always hope that you are given, and again, that's the writers. Like, you always hope that you're given enough breadth to have that kind of range for your character. And Bill was also very, it was very important to him when we were recording it that we saw that really soft side of her. He's like, I want her to have that really big human arc, and I was like, I love that so much. So yeah, oh, it was so good. It was so good.
It goes from like completely not confident, scared, like timid, but also trying to be a little bit threatening sometimes, to like really believing in herself over time. And you can see, you know, in the later chapters in the story that she really has gained a different self of confidence and like hold herself up in it to like a different degree. I guess I'm curious to like how you developed that like character development in the emotions, and also like which ones were the easiest or hardest emotions for you to play.
Crazy is not an emotion, but sort of that maniacal side is always easier for me because I tend towards just a little hypermanic. So that's easier.
I love it.
I love that.
In life, that's easier for me. I love when I get to do really quiet, soft bits because that's not something I frequently get cast in, and so those are really like delicious,
What's
yummy
your normal
moments for me.
typecast, I guess?
Oh boy, honestly, it's Levi. Like it's the
Really?
Yeah, a little like that crazy like strong emotional swings.
A little crazy.
The strong emotional swings that kind of come on that like hit on a dime. It's just, you know, one really strong moment of like, I'm so happy, boom, something shifts. So that is, I love that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just going to intervene with one thing. You seem like a very animated person, so I take it that you're also very emotionally reactive to these roles as well, which I think also heightens your character's performance, because it's very easy to play a character based on, say, like Bill's direction, but it's a lot deeper to resonate with the character that you play and also be able to just connect with them on that emotional level. So it's very apparent in the lines that you deliver as Levy that you have a connection to this character. You're actually like giving your all in the role. So
yes, and thank you. What a compliment. Thanks. That is incredibly kind. Mudfish was so wonderful and so beautiful because it was really fun to be able to figure out where she came from and how she evolves into that maniacal, crazy person that she is, because she doesn't start that way. So it's really fun to also, during that process of Mudfish, sort of find those moments where, because she gets frustrated, she turns this way, and because her feelings are hurt, she gets really defensive and she puts up a wall. And so much of what she does, I think, is started with a wall being put up, and I think it's gonna be, I wonder if we're ever gonna see her get to break it back down, or if it gets if she gets so consumed in this new version of who she is post Mudfish, like the original Levi that we met. Like I don't know, but I love, to me it was really fun figuring out what are the moments, when does she feel insecure, how does she feel insecure, why does she feel insecure, and what does that do to her character.
That's such a good response. That's such a good answer. Holy crap.
We
need to get you on a panel. My God. Holy
Oh my God.
Yes.
Such a professional. Go tell everyone I know that you just said that. I'm going to tell everyone.
I'll contact Bill. I'll contact Overlord Bill first.
Overlord.
I'm gonna tell ANYC we need you for a panel. Trust me.
Oh, I want to do it so bad.
They've done
so
NIKKE
bad.
stuff every single year
I'm gonna
so
do
far,
it.
so it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. I would not mind meeting people in person to host a panel and do stuff like that. It's so cool to me to like be a part of a community that's super just like open about just enjoying the game, you know. So we always want to take opportunity whenever it arises.
I don't know if you guys would ever. Do you guys ever go see panels at other animation or video game or whatever
we don't have time
conventions?
anymore. We normally are tabling at Artist Alley. I used to as well. Used to do that.
Oh,
I used to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever? So they have. I know this has been a thing in recent years where they have casts of various things use their character voices to read other scripts.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes. They do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that could be very fun. You know.
I would love to
That
hear
sounds great.
how Leviathan would read like Eleg's lines, or like lines of a serious character, I guess, a more serious toned character.
Yeah, just pull a scene straight from The Godfather and have that happen.
Oh wow.
No, we're gonna do the scene chat. It's gonna be from Breaking Bad. It's gonna be the scene where like, oh, you like that series too? Where Tuco's
can we
like,
all be clear?
tight, yeah, but it's Levy.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the best shows ever created, Breaking Bad. Oh, such a good show.
Yes. I love it.
I love all the memes out of it
So
too.
funny.
Such like a memeable show as well.
Yeah.
Is this how I'm gonna hype up my character every time before I record now? Is I'm gonna
Yes.
try and do. I'm just gonna be like tight. But
Tight.
how would oh no. That is so funny. I
you have-
love that.
Do you have anything, NIKKE, or am I good to go for one?
Go.
Okay. I need to ask because you recorded these out of order. I don't know if you remember recording. It was a scene for the most recent story chapters where Leviathan's like screaming that they killed Behemoth again. Like she's back to square one. Like they're all traitors.
Okay,
and
yeah.
she like runs away
Yeah.
again. How did that scene, I guess, contrast to her own self-deprecation of like the moment when she realized that she betrayed Siren? I guess since you had that scene to go off of beforehand.
Oh, I'm gonna take a second to think about that one. Yeah, because Siren was her buddy, but Siren was more her mentor
Mm-hmm.
than
Mhm.
Behemoth being her partner. Yeah, I think she feels a responsibility. Well, obviously, she feels a responsibility for Behemoth, so I think she doesn't take loss well. It's what it comes down to.
Yeah, the abandonment and everything, like from her squad to like
Yeah.
losing Siren to like trying to cling with the four beasts, you know. It's just a
Yeah.
rough
Right.
path for her.
Just went through a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also that's such a good thing to think about going forward too, because how much of it does she blame herself for? Is she harder on herself when she blames herself, or is she harder on herself when someone takes something from her? So, yeah, but I think she blames herself for a lot. I think she takes a lot of burden of stuff onto her, and I wonder if that. So for both of those, it really was just like the loss of her person, or of her partner, her being, her safety. So I think she doesn't take that loss well. And I think to me, that feels like an important touchstone for her, that she just doesn't handle loss well.
I think it's also very apparent, and Chad can agree or correct me on this, that Leviathan still recognizes that she's, like, by herself, very weak. A weak character. Whenever she loses Behemoth, she feels like all she can do is run. When she loses Siren, all she does is run. So I think it's also that she has a very bad issue of self-deprecation, like imposter syndrome, self-doubt. Like everything is bottled up into one. And I think it's very interesting to see where her character goes in the future, because it feels like she does want to open up to the commander, but it's that fear of opening herself up and then losing everything that she built up to again. It's like a second-generation Mudfish right now, basically, with the four beasts and what they're doing on the surface. But it's so interesting that you're this in-depth with the character, because I would argue to say that Leviathan has very little screen time in comparison to other more prominent members in the story that have had like 2.5 years to develop. But she just came out of the gate with like whiplash of emotions. Like you see conflict within the first 5 chapters that she's in the story, involved in the main story in. and it's probably one of the first instances that we have of a character being this complex this quickly. So it's very nice to know that you're exploring her character in a deeper depth than just portraying her when you do voice lines for the game.
And I don't know if that's on me or if that's on, again, the writing, but like, yeah, I feel like you can't not with her because everything swings so violently, so abruptly. Like she is all over the map. So I feel like for me as an actor, I have to know why she's all over the map. Like what's triggering her. And I still don't have 90% of the answers, 99% of the answers, but it's fun to sort of think about it each time another swing happens where it's like, but why? Like, but why would she go from here to this? Yeah.
She's experiencing what we all experience playing the story. This is so fucking cool. This is so great.
Well, then if that's true, then just know that we're right there with you guys. Step
We've
by
heard
step.
this so many times before. It's so sad. We can't pry. No information.
I know.
exists.
I know there's a degree of I mean, I was saying to Neko earlier, I was like, great news. I have a terrible memory, so I'm not worried about me giving you guys spoilers because it all happens so fast when we record that it's hard to remember exactly like what story, you know, and then what has aired and what hasn't aired, and like I don't know. So I'm not worried about giving you guys spoilers because God, if I can remember it. But it is like. It is wild to think about, like, am I gonna have a job in 3 months?
Oh no, I don't mean to like I don't mean to
months.
speak I don't mean to speak for the NIKKE. Okay, NIKKE, we're in the prologue of the game. Based on Leviathan's character, and then chat can bonk me if I'm wrong again. I'm like the resident lore main in the game. I would say at least a year or more. Your character will be involved in story. We're on an arc for her
You've got
to like
a ton of
join.
runway.
Yeah, there's like a lot of there's a lot of legroom for her to actually join. If she joins the commander, she's permanently going to be in the story for a very long time. A very long time.
Would joining the commander make her a good guy?
So yes and no. Oh god, we're going into lore. Neko, do you want to say anything before I schizophrenic? I'm grabbing my notebook. I'm grabbing my notebook. You talk. I'm grabbing my notebook.
I'm grabbing popcorn. Go ahead. I'm grabbing popcorn from where he's going.
I know, I'm sitting here noshing on blueberries, and I'll say my blueberries are my popcorn.
All right, I have my notebook. Okay, so, all right. So, this is when I first played through chapter 35 and 36 when I came back home. Levy's goals do somewhat align with the commanders in the sense where they want to build a new arc, a new place for evolved civilization, so to say. We're trying to get people out of the Ark because the Ark is terrible. Nobody wants to live there. That's the reason why Levy got abandoned in the first place. As a fun fact for your character, if you remember the scenes where she was recalling her past about how her teammates abandoned her and she said that she couldn't go back to the Ark, it's highly likely if she went back, she would have been like dissected or killed so they could understand what dark matter was. The Ark isn't a great place.
Right.
It's corruption incarnate, basically, in the Ark. So the commander wants to work to liberate all Nikkes, give them a free sense of will and purpose, basically. But in doing so, they need to leave the Ark, and they need to seek a different civilization that can house humanity. Well, the four beasts have basically found a way to create another Ark without the power source that the Ark has, which is a bomb, basically. Just think of it as a giant bomb that they're living in. That's their power source. So
Got it.
With the four beasts joining the commander, it's another strong arm that he can use in order to forcefully get his way if need be, but it's also a sense of it will give us a solidified area that we can house humanity in. And the way that NIKKE releases chapters is every 3 to 4 months. So when I say that you're going to be in the story for a couple years down the line, that's probably like 10 or 12 chapters because we're still in the prologue. It's still the prologue, baby. So we're nowhere close. They sent out a 10-year plan for the story already. This game will be going on for so you definitely are gonna have the bare minimum. I'll see you still at like 4th year Annie in the story, most likely.
Gosh, right?
Yeah.
Then if that doesn't happen, I will take it up with South Korea myself. I will.
You won't be the only one.
And you can also end up getting another character, maybe, because I feel like so many of the voice actors have played multiple roles. So I hope you will too.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows?
I am so excited.
Yeah.
This is such an exciting interview. It's one thing to interview somebody and like teach them about the role they're in and to have a bond in that sense. It's another thing to know that you enjoy the deeper concepts of world building and storytelling, because NIKKE is extremely intricate. It's like you'll blink and you'll miss something crucial to the main story. And they do a lot of side events that, like Mudfish, for example, it's very lucky for us that Mudfish was voiced, because normally a lot of their events aren't. But another reason why I'm saying you're going to be there for a long time, normally when there's major story updates like that, like side stories are extremely crucial to the main plot. And Levy appears in a side story. So they're not going to, this isn't like a character that's just going to be discarded. Like, I say 4th anniversary and beyond, easily, that your character will still be here.
I mean, I sure hope so. If it's not, I'm still going to be like championing the community from behind. I'll be like, good job, guys! Great, like, great new chapter, even if I don't know. But I just think it's so cool that this is such a well-developed story. And one thing that Bill did mention to me one time, and I think this was just his sort of like theory, maybe.
Oh.
I don't want to, that's where I'm like, I don't want to like, it's not about necessarily the characters, but his theory of sort of the, like a story parallel here is.
It probably isn't a spoiler. Yeah, if it's a parallel.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, so just the idea that NIKKE has a lot of similarities to the story of like The Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah, that's been brought up before.
Was that ever?
Yeah,
it has. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, I don't think that's going to be offending anyone or anything to say. But so when it came around for, I think the Mudfish story, must have been, we were talking about how Leviathan has a lot of energy of Gollum.
Oh.
I was like, yes, that's amazing. And I was like, I think I landed a dream job. Like, who gets to have that kind of a character? Come on.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
You're very cute, Golem.
Yeah.
Just a cuter Golem, yeah. Just a cuter one.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Levi and I look exactly the same, so it's basically a compliment to me.
Yo, cosplay when?
Of course,
Leviathan
surely.
cosplay at panel? Question mark?
No, but I thought that was such a cool, because he talks about sort of the journey that they're all on, and this, he started to talk about this character is this, and this character is this, and again, it all went so over my head that I was like frantically kind of trying to take notes, and then he said, are you a huge fan of the series? And I said, I mean, I like Lord of the Rings. I'm not like crazy into the books, like I've never been a bookie with it. But my sister is. And so he said, go ask your sister about this portion, this one of the prequels. And he was like, talk to her about that. Yeah, and he's like, that's basically where your character is right now. And I was like, okay, got it. So I went and talked to my sister about it, and she was like, oh, interesting. She starts giving me ideas and thoughts about like what that meant for where my character was emotionally and physically, and I don't know. Yeah, so those kinds of things are fun to think about too.
That's so cool.
Yeah, Bill goes deep.
Bill does go deep. I was gonna ask.
You gotta get Bill on here.
He wants to do it after the strikes are over, like completely done.
Good.
Yeah, so
Right.
we've been harassing him for over a year. Trust me, we've been harassing him for a while.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Neko asked this earlier, but I'll reiterate because I don't think we went over it. Could you go over the hardest line that was in the script for you to deliver, whether it be emotionally as Leviathan, or just because of the subject matter that you had to portray as her? Was there a specific scene that just entirely pushed you as a voice actor to get the right take for, or to, emote the correct emotions?
Mudfish, and another, like, a lot of Mudfish, because again, another one of the things that Bill does is that we have to work pretty fast. He's got a lot to do, and depending on what chapter they're on, what your character is doing, you might have a lot to do. And so he'll even say, you have this many lines that we've got to get through, and we've got this amount of time to do it. And so we'll usually go through. And so standardly in voiceover, if you're recording something, you'll do each line 3 times. And you'll give them a variation on those lines. And that's not always the case, but that's often the case. So as you go through each line in the script, you give them 3 different takes of what that line could be. And with Bill, he's like, no. One pass on each line. I will stop you if I want you to change. And so you're like, okay.
Oh, wow.
He's like, we gotta go. And so, and he doesn't rush us by any means, but we just have to be very thoughtful with the time that we have and make the most of it. And so he's like, I trust you guys know the characters, so let's go. Like, we'll just go down, and if you hit it wrong, I'll tell you to stop, and we'll go back and redo it. And so for Mudfish, so for anything I've recorded prior to Mudfish, it was pretty straightforward. Like, we would just go through, I would do each line largely one time.
Wow.
There were very few. It's just you have to, you know, and like he gives us the concept, like
that's so good.
He gives us the story behind it, and he'll give us. But for the most part, you're hitting it one time, and then for Mudfish was the first time that by the end of a couple of it was 2 or 3 sessions that we took to get Mudfish done, and for those, I would walk away from them being like, okay, I hope I did okay. Because he had stopped me multiple times and been like, okay, no, let's go back and redo that. That didn't feel like this. That was more like this. I want you to think about this and like make sure that we like hear this in what she's doing. So I think of any one line in particular is hard, but I know that there were a few moments. And if I go back and if I'm able to watch Mudfish, I could probably pinpoint a couple of them where I'd be like, oh God, that
I can
was hard
throw
to
a
do.
couple at you because I think.
Ooh, tell me.
So there's one sequence where Levi's crying after Siren tells her that she believes in her to control the bubbles when she's trying to teach her how to harness dark matter. And it's just a whole sequence of her crying, and then she pivots to being like, you're an idiot, you're gonna be taken advantage of like that, and she just keeps crying and the scene ends. That felt very impactful, so I wanted to know if that was one of the instances where it was a bit harder for you to emote on.
Yes, I do remember that stretch being one where he'd be like, we would get to a certain line and I would pull out of the emotion and he'd be like, no, go back in. No, that you're still not done with it yet. And I'd be like, okay, got it. So we'd have to go back.
More.
Yeah, basically. And then fun fact about crying when you're doing voiceover. I know you have to hydrate a lot with voiceover anyway, but you have to hydrate a lot when you're doing crying scenes, because to get that sort of sniffly sound to what you're doing, you have to have a lot of water in your system. And we tend to emote a lot, and we tend to move a lot, and you get kind of dehydrated when you're doing sessions. And so I was just sitting there chugging water the whole time, being like, does my nose, does it sound, am I sniffly yet? Trying to find that sniffle, that sort of sniffle feeling. And then once you can sort of feel that sniffle in your nose, for me, it's much easier to tap into the now I can feel myself having the ability to cry. And then that, and then you think about the scene, and it's very easy to pop into that emotional space of gut punch, this hurts emotionally. So
I guess the other one was the very end of Mudfish, when she pivots from the deadpan of you're a traitor, and then she starts beating her reflection in the puddle, the image I sent you, and she's just repeatedly screaming that traitor, that entire one too. Levi's such a highly emotive character in the story. Some characters are very deadpan, some have short moments where they have their own spotlight and emotion, but I feel like when you're watching Leviathan's character, whether it be in main story or with Mudfish, you're on a roller coaster the entire time.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm so grateful to have that. I love that that's what I get to do with this character, because like you said, some people their characters are more even, emotionally more reserved, and I feel like that is 100 times harder to do. Because being more emotionally reserved, you still have to have those emotions of, sad, frustrated, all of those things. And it's harder to do when you can't more actively emote and project. And so I'm grateful that Leviathan does have that freedom to be loud, be chaotic, be in her emotions in a very honest way. And I think a lot of other people do have walls up and do have to be more reserved. And that would be so hard for me. I could never play those characters. I have so much respect for those people who can do that and do it really well, because it's so hard. It's so hard. I think I have the easy job in this show. I do. I really think
that's crazy to say.
I think it leans into your natural way. Yeah. So that makes it easier for you.
Yeah, when I did stage, I performed in a children's theater for 5 years, and it was a children's theater, and that everything was very family friendly. Everything that we did was based off of literature, but it was 5 years repertory theater, so we would do like 8 shows a year. We would perform 5 to 6 days a week, and so it was one of the best trainings I ever had. Like, it's always weird to be like, I worked in a children's theater, and people are like, okay, but it was truly some of the best training I've ever had in my life. And that was when I realized I wanted to go into voiceover, because I wanted to be able to play with characters in that same way. And when you're on camera, you can't do that, because you have to be true and honest to who you are. When you are behind the mic, it doesn't matter what you look like. You can do anything, and it's the coolest. And Mark Hamill, I think, talks about that too. Coming out of his Star Wars sort of typecasting, he had a hard time getting the character roles that he wanted, because everybody just wanted him to be that character, that ingenue, that hero, and he wasn't physically right for those shows or for those roles. That was a kind of a unique thing for him for Star Wars. And the way that he found out of it as a performer was with voiceover, because he was like, I could be anything, and no one questioned it. And I was like, I love that. I love that so much. I think that is the coolest.
That's so cool.
Really relate to him on that you get to, there are no inhibitions behind a microphone, but every inhibition when you have a camera on you.
It seems like Chad's familiar with it too. They're referencing other roles that he played after. Also, Nobugi said, peak mentioning peak. GG, peak referencing peak.
Yeah, he is one of the most talented voiceover performers, I think, currently in our realm. Like, he's just so diverse as a voiceover performer, and his Joker is like legend. I don't know that he's doing it anymore though for the Joker. Because I think once the person he had been performing with, who was his Batman, and I'm blanking on his name right now, he passed away unexpectedly. And Mark Hamill was like, he's my Batman, so I have a hard time being Joker. You know, like, he was my partner for that, which I think is also like a loyalty and a lovely, it's a loyalty, but it's also just like, that was his art, was being in that team. Yeah, Kevin, Kevin Conroy. Thank you, chat. You guys, I knew you'd know.
Chat references we don't know. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. Mark Hamill and NIKKE Wen agreed.
He might. Ironically enough, a lot of the male voice actors in this game are under lock and key. Like, even Bill won't tell me who they are. So you never know. He might be, and I just don't know that he's in the series. Like,
my running joke is that Bill's just all of them secretly, right?
Bill just voices male characters.
All the male characters.
He it's like Brandy's done recording. He's like, all right, I need to do Anderson now. He just steps in the booth and he's just like, I have a meeting in the Ark in 5 minutes. Okay, that was a good take. Nice.
We would never know. That's so funny. Did he? So how many male characters are there in NIKKE? We're gonna turn this interview around.
Okay,
there's.
Thank
you for coming to my interview.
You're welcome. Oh my god, please. Holy crap, Leviathan interviewing us. I'm gonna die anyway.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm dying.
We have Oswald, we have Anderson, we have Birmingham, we have Deputy Chief McChucklefuck Dobon. Who else do we have? Johan. Is the commander ever voice chat? He's not, right? Because he's like ambiguous, right? We have Jin, we have Legendary Commander. Oh, Mustang. Oh, we have Reptilian now. That's a good point, too. Chatterbox. Well, Chatterbox, we know who Chatterbox is. It's Aiden Rudd.
Aiden, yeah.
Are any of them playable characters?
No, there's no male playable characters in my Goddess of Victory, NIKKE. No sirree. It's all female characters. Oh, that's right.
But then also,
Johnny.
there are dozens of female characters and like a handful. Like, you're able to list a large number of the men. And are you able to do that with females as well? But they're
non-NIKKEs?
Yeah. Well. Oh, sure.
Non-NIKKEs,
GNs,
I
would say characters in the game.
Oh, There's 185 playable characters in NIKKE, and they're all female.
Sorry, 101 playable?
185.
Stop it.
NIKKE's cast is extremely wide.
We have a lot.
Extremely wide.
I know it's huge.
I do.
Yeah, I know it's huge. But so you could choose one of 185 characters to play.
Snow White.
Mm-hmm.
That is incredible.
This is the first time I've been. I'm PR trained. Don't worry. I guess Snow White default. That's my favorite character.
How are the writers able to keep that many characters?
Oh, I'm gonna rant. I'm gonna rant.
Incredible.
I'm gonna rant. Okay. NIKKE does this thing where every character that's playable has a bond story. The bond story deepens their character lore even more, and it's not something that's voiced. It's something that's an optional thing for the players to conduct or like go through. Every character does not feel like they're overlapping another character's personality traits, idealisms, goals. They all have their own thoughts, they all have their own aspirations and dreams, and they all have their own trials and tribulations. It is mind-boggling when I got into this game on how diverse the cast is without losing the integrity of having those characters.
It's amazing.
Be unique. It's insanity. Yeah. It is insane.
Yeah, it's like we talked about earlier with shows like Breaking Bad, like writing on television got so good, and I know that for so many actors, like TV and movies are it, but I have to say, the longer I'm in the voiceover world, and then especially in these past few years, the more anime scripts that come across my path, the writing that is happening in the anime world is so good. It is so deep. It is so well thought out. It's all the characters are so different. The stories are just they're yummy. It's just doing an anime script.
That's great.
As an actor, it is delight for me to get an anime script because, you know, like they're not the most glamorous roles in the world for, I think, people who are like, I'm an actor. But I get so irrationally excited when I get one that comes my way that I'm like, oh, love it. Hope I get it. There's just so many good ones. The anime scripts are so good. They're so good.
I also think Banjana, Mr. Banana in the chat brings up a good point. Shiftup also found a way to make them relevant to the overall arcing plot of some shape or form throughout smaller points in the story relevant events, while limiting the scope of the cast and the main story related things. So like they never fully shift away from the main plot point, but they do it. They do less exposition dumping by having more character event-based stories that expand the world. Right, expand your understanding of the world, and again, it's not shoved in your face, so it doesn't seem like a negative for new players. It's like, oh, I want to know more about the world, so they keep playing, and then they find out another point about the world that they have to figure out later on, and an event will cover that, main story will cover that, even a character's bond story may cover it. So from the get-go, like there's a lot in NIKKE that people can pay attention to, and it's so exciting to know that you have such a deep appreciation for quality and thought out writing like that, because it's not common to come by, even in like gacha gaming. I will get crucified for saying this because people will die on the hill that their game is the best. I wholeheartedly think that NIKKE is the best story I've ever played in gacha, period. Like
I agree.
I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I didn't enjoy the story. Like,
yeah, and I can find something to love in every script that I do. I really can, but I just consistently find that when I get those scripts that come my way for me to do an audition, I get excited. Like my heart is like, oh, let's do it. Let's go. Oh, can't wait to record this. This will be so much fun. So it's fun to have those kinds of those characters to play with, those stories to play with. Like, it's just so good. It's so good. Is there an anime theme park? Is that a thing that exists in the world?
Yes.
In Japan?
If you go to conventions, it feels like it anyway.
It does feel like it anime. Oh, that's a fair point. I don't know if is anybody in chat from Japan. Do I have any Japanese viewers right now? Can you guys let me know if when anniversary rolls around, if they have the billboards for Levi and Siren like they did for Footsteps Walk Run or Second Annie? Because that would be, I think that would blow your mind. That would blow your mind.
There are billboards? Stop.
There would be billboards, and there would be like, so
yes,
Neko and I went to a store called Animate, and you can tell it, Neko, go ahead.
Oh yeah, they had pictures of Rappy and Cinderella. So I believe it was Cinderella first, and it was wrapped on the top, like the banner was on top of the entryway, and then it was also on the sides vertically. So it's like wrapped around the entire doorway, like a double doorway of like just pictures of Cinderella. And it was so freaking pretty because it's like super tall. It's on a building. And I can take a picture with it, and you can see it from across the street.
I'll send it to Brandi if you want to hold for a little bit, Neko. I'm going to go look for our Japan photos so I can send her.
Yeah. And then when the month turned over, so from November it was Cinderella, and in December it was Rappy. So when Rappy had her character arc, we also got like that wrap around the front door. It was so cool.
It's so cool. That is incredible. It's just, see, Japan gets it. They understand. They understand the importance of good storytelling. Good storytelling. Good, like a good.
And then for New Year's, they outside the train stations, they had these pillars, right? They had one different character per pillar, like a picture of them. So you can see, if you look down the hall, you can see all of them at once. It was so cool.
What city is it in? That's incredible.
That was in Akihabara.
This is in Tokyo. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
People are gonna be like, you said the name wrong. I don't. I'm looking for images. Go away.
Oh no, you're fine.
We took so many pictures in Japan, and like another cool thing about the Nikkei community, if you ever go to an event where they're holding a Nikkei event and they do like little post-it notes, you'll see a lot of doodles from the community that people will draw of like their favorite characters or whatnot. Like Neko drew one when we went to Japan, when we were there for a bit. But I'm trying to look for like everything that we found in terms of like the billboards and posters. I'm looking for the animate one specifically. Oh gosh, maybe you have it, Neko. We
have so many.
I have way too many images. Well, here,
yeah, and I'm pretty sure
this is from Anime. So this is in front of a store, and there's like, we couldn't catch the entire banner, but the entire top banner is like maybe 40-50 feet across, and it was just Nikkei. So like,
oh my god.
Oh, that's me. Yes.
Yeah, it's us. You know what? Yeah, we know what we look like now.
Now I know what you guys look like. Oh my gosh.
We
no
like to say
mystery.
that we're Nikkei's cutest couple, basically.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
W.
Oh, thank you.
Very cool. That's very, very cool. Yeah, because the game I think is created out of Korea.
Yes, correct.
But then it's huge in Japan, right? So there's dubbing.
Massive. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's dubbing in Japan and Korea and America. Are there dubs elsewhere?
So probably? They just released a alternative version due to censorship in China, but that story is different from the story that we have for the normal release.
Sorry, how did this get released in China? I'm sorry.
High censoring and altering. So because Nikkei's story dives into a lot of like corrupt government entities, and it has like a form of propaganda to a degree. When they released it in China, they're changing the scope of the overall story to not fit that kind of like that conflicting buildup of having, government conflict in their story. They've been trying to do it for years, but they only got it cleared recently. It's a completely standalone storyline outside of the normal Nikkei universe.
What a fascinating study. I think that's so cool. Yeah, and someone said in France too. That doesn't surprise me. I would definitely have guessed France as well. Yeah. I bet the French dubs are wild.
Oh, there, Neko sent the other one. That was the Cinderella one that we saw. So it was Cinderella and Grave looking at each other, and that's in front of the Animate building in our group chat.
Oh.
Yep, that's how big it was.
Oh, wow.
Another fun fact is we went to Comiket, which is the biggest anime convention, I think, globally, right? It's the biggest one worldwide. Neko went to go and sell some artwork there, and I kid you not, when we went, the only thing that we had in Leviathan's story was her first appearance in the main campaign, and there was already Leviathan fan art that was out.
There was so much fan art. Yeah, I mean, we picked up everything that we could find.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, because she's so different from everyone else. It's a whole new, like, she's got such a cool, she's got such a cool look to her. And have we talked about the horns?
No, we haven't. We don't know why she has horns.
We don't
Great.
know.
I was hoping you could enlighten me because I don't know yet, but I would love to know.
I
I'd love to
don't
know.
I don't
Maybe
know
we'll
why.
find out.
They're also incredibly badass. So my ask to the Korean
They're
writers,
so cool.
yeah, my ask to the Korean writers is like, don't write Leviathan out until we get the history of her horns.
I will
At the very
definitely
least.
get it. We'll definitely get it. I feel like it's just
So-
like an aesthetic, honestly, because we still don't know why she has like a bunch of mechanical crap that they carry around either. Like Behemoth has it, Leviathan has it. We still don't know like the exact reasoning as to why yet.
Yeah, I guess there is a lot to there's so much to learn. Should I write them and be like, here are my ideas? What if?
Here you go. Special delivery.
I'll call Bill and be like, Bill, shut it down. Shut it down.
Bill is so sweet. Like he'll tell me when he reached out to certain voice actors, and he'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, so today I have this person." I'm like, "Bill, I make lore content," and Bill's like, "Oh right." Yeah, you can't see the
Don't
script
tell
though.
us.
And I'm like, Bill, you telling me they're in studio is like already enough. And he's like, oh, groovy.
That
And
means
I'm
they're
like,
coming back.
And
Oh
oh no, Bill. Oh no. Well, you're really good about keeping your mouth shut. So
it's hard
that's
because
very...
it alters some videos that I do for lore content because I'm like, oh, I can't mention this character because I know they're coming back. So I'll just like write them out of a script. Oh yeah, the animate store.
no! When
Yeah.
I do commissions for characters that aren't out yet, I'm like, oh.
She can't tell me. She literally cannot tell me.
I can't see anything. You're my
No,
other
you
half. I'm
can't.
sorry. I'm glad you can't read my mind.
Yeah, you can't see
If
it.
you can read my mind, that's dangerous.
True. Out of sight, out of mind.
I
Exactly.
Nope.
Do y'all
Oh.
find out about characters coming out? Like, how do y'all find out about characters coming
They
out? Is
do
it something that the
announcements.
game teases?
Yeah,
Okay.
they will tease it. There's a running joke in this community that the intern will leak every major update because they've leaked everything from like 1.0 anniversary till now early. So normally there's going to be a marketing campaign for it. If you follow the NIKKE, the main NIKKE Twitter, they're releasing stuff right now to hype up 2.5 anniversary. So normally we'll get the anniversary drop for bigger events like this. If it's normal character drops, we'll just get like teasers of their character on Twitter for the most part, or YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I do. Is it just the? I'm pretty sure I follow it. Again, I'm trying to figure out Twitter. Twitter and I
You're
have never
okay.
been great. We've never been great.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
We have a theory.
Great.
We have a theory about
Ooh,
the
okay.
horns. Once Levy gained control over dark matter, she said it stopped leaking from her head, although some still was covering her face. Maybe she used it to shape the horns from dark matter on her face.
Ooh,
They're just like plugs on your head.
They go, then is it a fashion statement? Yeah, is it a fashion statement or are there holes that she goes, let's get these patched? Yeah.
Oh, I guess.
She's very fashionable.
Very
regardless.
fashionable.
Very
Yes.
fashionable.
Very fashionable.
I'm not sure how familiar you are with other characters in the story, but do you have anybody from NIKKE that you would want Leviathan to interact with? For instance, like a niece because she's so sarcastic and snarky, or like maybe I don't know, like Graver or
They were
Cinderella.
clashed so much.
Oh, I don't know because I don't know the characters very well, but now I'm dying to know who you guys want her to interact with because then I'm going to go look up those characters and be like, oh, let's find it. Let's
Hey,
figure it
chat
out.
suggest.
Okay, let's go find
Floor is
Michelle.
open. Oh, we could actually.
Yeah,
Is Michelle
we're gonna
alive
do-
right now? We could literally ask her if she's alive right now.
Like,
She's-
Michelle, can you come on and talk to Leviathan, please?
That would
Everybody's
be
gonna say
amazing.
Dorothy. Of course. Doro. Doro.
Of course, Dorothy.
Of course, Dorothy. Snarky character.
If Megan was here right now,
Really
we would be going crazy.
Both
I'm
the
going to
characters.
learn more and more. This is the least educated I will ever be on the game.
I'm so
in
excited.
conversation with y'all. I'm going to learn more and more.
Dorothy would be like, don't touch me. You look slimy.
You know, I feel like for you, Brandi, I feel like if you watched Old Tales, it would like rock your entire world for NIKKE.
Yeah, I
Old
probably
Tales
would.
Yeah, Old Tales is
I think that's
super
the other
good.
problem is that I don't have time to get obsessed with something right now.
Oh, that's
So
fair.
I think there's a degree of like I have it at arm's length, and that is probably a good place for it right now because once I get sort of fixated on something, I will go all in. will.
That's fair.
So
You know what? That's why the summer series is a great place to start.
I need to work harder. Roping.
Yeah. love it.
Chapter
Tiny
24.
gremlin gang.
Tiny gremlin. Oh, actually, what would you
What
think
chapter
would
are
be?
you on right now?
I'm on 24. I'm working on 25 and 26. Leviathan appears in chapter 32, so we're
Alright.
Just a
we're
little
ways
bit
away.
further.
Hey Chad, fund me for summary series so I can hire an editor so I can just throw them the script and be like, all right, here's a script. It's 2 hours long. I want it by next week. Thank you.
Isn't that the dream?
Throw money or throw an editor.
Yes. Or throw an editor.
Yes, or an editor. Exactly. That's how I feel with stuff where I'm like, will you work for free? Like, I would love to pay you. Can't wait to get there. But until we get there.
I know that we were talking about it either before stream started or right when we first got into stream about, I guess went blank. Holy shit, I just lost my train of thought.
Story of my life.
Story of my life,
Oh,
too.
it's okay.
God damn it.
You'll find it.
Fuck.
We'll
find it later, yes. I can volunteer getting locked in the basement. No, I don't want to lock people. Oh, you were saying how, like, you wanted to spend your time here and it wasn't, like, a big deal. We do this on, like, free time, you know? Like, NIKKE and I do this because we love the community, and everybody that comes on is doing this on their own free time with very busy schedules. That's quite evident with planning out interviews, so just another big thank you for coming on and taking the 2 hours out of the day for hopping in.
You're so sweet.
And
Yeah,
chatting.
we are so thankful for you.
I'm getting paid a lot of money to be here tonight. No, I'm not.
That's why I'm
not
broke.
getting paid anything. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm so happy because again, I am so grateful and so touched to be a part of this community. I love to be able to engage with it, and like right now, this is the most interactive I get to be with the community, and so I love that. I love that.
That's
and this is
awesome.
such a highlight for me. It's a highlight for my day. It's a highlight for my week. Anything I get to do that puts me in the world of my voiceover stuff is never feels like a burden on my life or my day. You know,
All right.
like fine.
I think
what
it's
you love
about
to
time.
do.
Hey chat, you wanna show appreciation and love? Spam my chat, please. Type 1 if you appreciate. Let's see the chat go zoom again. I have no clue how many of you are sitting here right now, but it's at least more than one. So, there we go. NIKKE, stop. NIKKE, gonna be all you. NIKKE, let them spam. NIKKE. NIKKE. But
so
no.
I'm gonna put you on the spot, but like you can say no. But
Okay.
I know that you're interested in getting a couple of the Leviathan peakers that I designed.
Yes!
And
Oh my god,
I
I'm
was
so excited.
wondering. Thank you. Would you be interested in autographing some of them for the community?
Yes.
For
I'm the community.
like,
Me.
I don't
It's
know.
for me. I'm the community. Hi.
Unhesitatingly, yes. I was gonna say yes before you even asked the question, and then I was like, it's probably a dangerous thing to do that. But yeah, absolutely.
Should I ask? Is that asking for too much?
No. No, I'm so happy to do it. Yes. Yes.
Get in line, buddy. Get in line, buddy. I scheduled this interview. You get in line. Hey, I scheduled this interview. You're all fortunate to be here. Me first. Get in the back of the line. It's my street.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm first, and then Pyrrhixz, and then we'll see.
And then we'll see.
NIKKE, it's your art, girl. It's your art. So yeah, it's yes. I would be so happy to do that.
My God,
Oh
thank
my
you so much! Yay!
Oh my god. It's so you're so enthralled with your I don't know if we've had somebody that's been on that had like a role as recent as yours, because we've had a lot of people that are very passionate about the roles that they're in, but you're such a new character, and it's like you're already so enthralled and entrenched in like playing Levi. It's so cool. This is so sick. I
love it.
I'm looking forward
love it.
so heavily to bring you back on with Amanda at whenever we can schedule both of you out. I would love to have you back on with Amanda.
I know.
Oh my god.
I know. Yeah, she's.
And then I think we're all like, we're so like I don't know, heavily involved with Leviathan right now too, as well, because like we've seen her
I died
in
when
the
they announced
game like multiple
Mudfish.
times in the past few updates. Yeah. So we keep getting more and more information of her like back to back. So we're just like, we need more. We're like hungry. We're like ravenous for more Leviathan.
Once
I guess,
again,
like, content, so.
I'm in the same boat as you. I am ravenous. Content. I'm never disappointed. Never disappointed by it. There was one day where I was a little disappointed, but it was only because I got there to record, and it was such a small little contributory part. Like, it was just...
Oh, I know exactly where that is. That's when she was talking on the phone with Behemoth. That's her intro.
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
So, like, there wasn't anything where it was really anything to do with me. It was, like, I was just there to sort of, like, support another character. And the lines were
like, I want to talk about me.
Yes, exactly. I want to talk about me. But no, the lines were sort of like, well, why don't you do that? You know, like, it was just there wasn't a lot of substance to what I could contribute to the scene. Do you know? Like,
it is the phone call line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have much for me to contribute, and it was so quick, and then it was all over, and I was like, oh, that's it? That's it for today? Okay. All right, cool.
I thought you were gonna say you did a recording for the loading screen, like Goddess of Victory, Nikke.
I think it's only playable characters, isn't it?
No,
I mean, you never know.
I mean, I'm not going to start the game 185 times and double check.
Yeah, no, it was something pretty recent, and it was, so it wasn't that original phone call. It was something that I did kind of recently, and again, like, it wasn't anything to write home about, but it was just, like, there wasn't much substance for what, and I had, like, had so much where I was like, oh, just, like, living in this character, and then this moment happened, and it's like, what's in the next scene? And that was it. It's like, dang it! And
again, so deflate it for that one day.
Exactly, yeah, exactly, because, like, we don't, like you said, we don't necessarily record in order, we don't necessarily, like, everything, there's no way to sort of, like, decide whether that's gonna mean anything for one chapter or another. It doesn't... We have no idea. When I record something, I have no idea. Is it a part of a chapter? Is it a part of a side story? Is it a part of, like, I really don't know much of anything at all.
Do you get the script ahead of time at all, or do you just get it when you're in the studio?
In the studio. So for me, I record from my house, and then I share a screen. So I'll just, like, remote share a screen with Bill, and then he just pulls it up on his screen, and I just, like, he even will, like, scroll through it, so I can't even, like, read ahead. Because he just has it up on his screen. So I'm at the mercy of his pacing, moving through the scene. So I can't, if it's like, let's take a 5-minute break, can't sit there and, like, just frantically read ahead and figure out what's happening. I am moment to moment figuring out what's happening.
That is insane. That's crazy.
How long is typically a session for you for recording? Like, if you're recording, like, a full thing for Leviathan? Yeah,
so for Mudfish, we did two full sessions, and for Bill, he doesn't keep us for longer than a couple hours, so we did 2 2-hour sessions, and then another session we had booked for 2 hours, and we didn't end up using the whole thing. So
that's still really impressive, because the entirety of Mudfish is an hour and a half, I want to say, almost.
That's
2
pretty
hours.
Long. Yeah.
So maybe it was more than just Mudfish.
It's really only 2 characters.
Yeah, it's really just Siren and Levy.
You know, so maybe that was more than just Mudfish, but that was a particularly lengthy. Yeah. It's so, and again, like I said, sometimes I'll show up and it's like, there's 5 lines to record today, and then other times it's like, we have 1,400 lines today. So
you're like, oh, okay.
And those are the ones where you don't like, you don't get,
like, no warning, no warm tea that day.
Yeah. Oh, you got to just show up with the warm tea. But yeah, it's not, because this isn't like a screaming game or anything. You know, I don't have to do anything super protective for my voice. I think for a character, oh, my cats just knocked a bunch of stuff over. Ooh, kitties. For a character like Lauren Choose, she plays Grave, right?
Lauren Choose, Grave, and Drilly. Yeah.
That I think would be hard. That's got to be hard on her vocally, because she's got to drop down so low.
It's funny because Drilly's character is closer to, like, Leviathan's range, and then you just go down to Grave, like, sounding like you're playing her on 1 or 0.5 speed, you know, when she delivers lines.
Yeah.
So.
And then there's Ave too, which is actually kind of different as well.
Yeah, Ave is just less. With all respect to the character, dead, less brain dead. Like that's actually why she talks slower. She's actually like.
I know.
Yeah, and her natural speaking voice is like you said, much more here. It's more So, yeah. So it's always, you never know what we're gonna walk into. We never know, and sometimes he'll tell us ahead of time, like, I'm not gonna need you for a super long one today, and then other times I'll show up and he's like, this is gonna be multiple sessions, and it's like, oh, all right, let's go. I love it when it's multiple. Let's go. Let's do it.
I know you mentioned earlier. You were talking about how if Leviathan was a bit more, I don't know if stoic's the right word, but I guess less emotive, it would be difficult for you. Would that be the hardest for you to portray her character? Or is there like a specific emotion that would be very difficult for you to play as Leviathan?
Oh, again, a good question. I think stoic is the right word. Anything that I would have to be stoic would be tricky for me.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that has to be really understated, I don't thrive in. And so when I did on-camera stuff, I did well in the commercial world because the commercial world tends to be a little bit more animated.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was one casting director in town who loved me and I loved her. But then anytime I would try and get in for an audition for like anything serious that was filming, she'd be like, yeah, I just see you more as a comedic actress. Like, like she's like, you're not, I don't really see you. And this is the wrong phrasing for her to say, I don't see you as a serious actress because, I was very serious about my job, but she didn't see me as like a drama actress as readily. Like I didn't. So I think I have a harder time because I am more charismatic and I am more animated naturally. It's hard for me to pull that back into a very understated, stoic, quiet place. That's like a very hard thing for me to convince people I can do well. So
it's difficult for you, but is it something you want to try and do
always
professionally?
Yeah,
always like increase your range.
Always, every day. Like when I'm done with you guys here, I have a class.
That's great.
So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm constantly trying to like figure out what my extremes are, where I'm good, where I'm not good, what I need to work on. Like I'm constantly, you're never done.
That's a wonderful attitude to have.
It is.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you're never done. Anyone who thinks that they're like all cooked, ready to go, and like I've learned it, I can just be in the world now. Yeah, you can be in the world, but everyone I think in this world constantly needs a little bit of hand holding and a little bit of coaching to just sort of forever like stretch yourself. So
I feel like that's true for any type of art. Like if there's no finish line and you're just constantly trying to learn more. Yeah.
And
again, nerd for the genre.
I definitely feel that.
June Foray, who was the voice of she was Rocky, right? And Rocky and Bullwinkle, she was still recording and performing when she was 94, 95.
Wow.
She died not in the booth, but she may as well have died in the booth. Like she was still performing in her 90s because she loved it so much. And I'm positive that she continued to grow and expand and become, and like any of these voice actors that have been doing it forever, I don't think any of them have intentions of quitting ever. They're just constantly
amazing.
Trying to like, it's just, I think that's so cool. It's such a cool profession for that. And I agree. It's an artist thing. Anytime you think that you've like figured it out, it maybe it's time for you to quit. Maybe not time to quit, but just, you never have it all figured out.
I think that's like a perfect segue too, because I don't want to make you late for your class, and we do have a cutoff time for this interview.
Perfect.
I think that's a perfect segue. Before we get into audience questions, I wanted to read Jingles in chat. He said, Levy's definitely one of my more favorite NIKKE characters, just because of how expressive she is. She's definitely one of the more genuine characters, like, amidst the entire cast. Which is, like, true. You're whiplashed pretty hard by her the minute that you meet her in the story. Like, it's actually pretty cool.
And that's a good thing.
It's a very good
what
thing.
An incredible compliment. Yeah, yay! Yay, Levi. Good job. Do you guys call her Levy or Levi?
It's kind of like all over the place. Like Siren says Levi because, like, you know. Yeah, so I've been saying Levy for a while. It hasn't really been corrected until Mudfish. So I was like, So, Levi, Levy, it's kind of the same
thing. It depends on my mood at this point.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you noticed on the screen as well, but I know Flats is in chat. He just talked. He made like the little Doros that are around the screen that are interacting in the environment that we're in, just like standing on tables.
There's one on the desk.
Yeah, I'll send you the ones in our chat right now. But he did these levies.
Oh
if you want like a derpy model to use. But before we get into audience questions, are you open to doing voice requests from the game?
Oh, expand. I'm not sure.
Like
I understand.
if they ask you to recite a line from the game as Leviathan, because normally people will ask that during this portion.
Could they give me the line?
If they give you the line, is that okay?
If they give me the line, just because again, my memory is bupkis. So for me to remember what I might have said is gonna happen.
They'll give you the line.
Yes, if I'm given a line, yes, I can do that.
Okay,
yeah.
so chat, only what Leviathan has said in the game. I don't want, this isn't Ellie that we have on, no skibbity toilet or anything like that, chat, this time around. All right, so the floor is open. If I don't get to your question, it's not oh my god, the be quiet line. Okay, base Stark, the be quiet. I'm looking.
Oh my god, did I say that in the
Yes.
Did I say that?
Yes.
Okay. Hang on. When did he say that? Oh no,
I
this
can give
is
you the
so
context.
bad.
I can give you the context.
Yeah, please. Yeah,
it's
please.
when she's
Let's-
looking at the commander's vomit after he comes out of the Black Sea, and she's talking to Behemoth, because she keeps on being like, "Why are you touching that? Like, why are you looking at that?" So it's like her angry at Behemoth, like irritated.
Okay. Okay, hang on. I can do this. Be quiet! I'm looking.
That's like exact. That's like the exact delivery.
Okay, good. Nailed it. Good job.
Oh my god.
Good job!
Do you play? Chat, she's
I'm
never
so
said.
starstruck.
She's never said. Do you play gacha games? I have played the entire story. Stop capping, chat. Nailed it. So good. It's so good. It's so good. If none of you quote Mudfish, I will. Please don't fail me, chat. One of you quote Mudfish. She said, you know, gacha games. Oh, that's right. She does. She does. You're right. She talks about gacha games. That's right. Oh my god.
Oh.
I forgot
Oh,
about
I see
that.
that one. So you're the ones who've given Behemoth such a hard time? Okay, I can do that one. Okay. So you're the ones who have been giving Behemoth such a hard time.
I feel like I'm being scolded, and I'm confused if I should be like
I like
offended
it. I
or
like
like
Totally.
your lore license? No. I keep my
What's
lore
the gacha
license.
games one?
It's the same thing. She's talking to the commander again.
Oh.
Do you know gacha games?
Gacha games?
I love it.
That is so funny.
When they
Oh
see
my
the
gosh.
eggs, yeah. You know, it's probably why I forgot.
Girl.
35 and 36 were like kind of erased from my memory a little bit. You know, I played through it and I was like, holy whiplash. That's not how she voiced it originally, but I love that version.
That one... Did you do that one at my place? That's probably
Yes.
why.
Yes, I did. I had no schizo
It
notes.
was so late at night.
We did it at like 2 in the morning. That's fair. That's honestly fair. She had to do the gacha games.
There's a question over here. Do you enjoy going into the studio blind, or do you prefer having the script ahead of time? Whew. Carthu. I would love to have the script ahead of time. I would love to have the script ahead of time. Me personally, I would love to have the script ahead of time, but it's a good brain exercise when we get there to be like, okay, you got to be all in, all focused, ready to go. So I'm never going to get Alzheimer's at this rate. Just keep exercising the noggin. Yeah, but I would love to have
Which trader line do you want, Andre? The Mudfish one? Because this is the Mudfish one. Do you want that one or the chapter 36 one where she's like, you're all a bunch of heartless traders or sell your friends at a moment's notice or whatever? But which one? Which one, Frenchman? Mudfish? Okay, the quote that I have in chat.
Is it the you're a traitor?
Yeah.
Okay. This was one I think that Bill and I he had me redo a few times because I go too far. Okay.
Too far.
You're a traitor. Traitor. I go too far. He has to pull me back sometimes.
I love it.
That's great.
That was so good. It's so good.
Oh, you guys are so nice. Yeah, who was the traitor?
It was herself.
Yeah. I got it. I'm back in it. I see it now.
That whole
Yeah.
thing where she's
The
like,
self-hate is
bro, Chat
yeah.
was saying earlier, a live reaction to Mudfish would be so peak. I'd watch that. I'd watch the crap out of that.
Yeah.
Oh. Streaming career?
Yeah, I can't wait to see it at some point. So you said Mudfish is an hour and a half long?
If you just watch the cutscenes, yeah. I say it's a little bit longer because I was yapping a bit about the lore, so mine was 2 hours. But I think if you just raw watch, it's an hour and a half.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
problem I have that Bill is constantly having to correct me on is that I sometimes will conjugate words. So you are, I'll be like, you're blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, you are. You have to keep it, you are. Like, we have to keep it exactly as the line is written.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I sometimes, my brain reads it differently. And so he'll have to make me go back and be like, nope, you missed that word. Or you said the instead of this. Or, you know, like, we have to go back and...
That's fair.
It is very
I do that
specific.
too.
Yeah.
That's oddly specific, says chat.
Yeah, it is oddly specific.
Petition to get Levy to say y'all. She's just southern.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Sorry, I am from the South, so sorry. What are y'all doing over here?
Oh my god.
Not at all. Yeah, petition to get say y'all. Am I the only Southerner here? Come on, there's other Southerners
Bags
here in this chat.
I'm gonna call it back specifically. Fade. Oh my god. Me. Louisiana based.
Oh,
me,
it would be
Texas.
easier to get you to a
Yeah, Nolly Marie.
Oh, a Texas
Yeah,
con.
Texas.
A Texas con would be easier.
We can take you to Anime Frontier.
Anime Frontier. Anime Frontier. Lock and load. 1 year
We're gonna take you to-
anniversary.
I can do.
Yeah, we're gonna take you to Frontier.
Yeah. What up, Texas?
Yes, Anime Frontier is in November.
Let me lurk at work.
I
No.
love it.
Get called out.
I love it.
I'm
I
so
love it.
excited
Yeah.
for you to.
Okay, you know, at this point, why not both?
I'm so excited to see, I guess, like, the process. Do you have to go through your agent to get bookings for these conventions? Like, you know? Or do you have
December,
to...
sorry.
Do you have to kind of, like, get invited?
Question. You let me know when you figure it out.
Bet!
I don't know.
You guys.
I don't know. You don't go through your agency. I know that. Because I think there's, like, separate agents that you can have for conventions, but my best understanding of conventions is it requires an invitation or
Say less.
like fan
We got you.
request or something. Yeah, I don't 100% know, but I do know it is my mecca. Like, this is what my everything in this world has wanted me to be a part of.
This
is
so
like
cool.
Yes.
a nerd universe where I'm like, yes, let's all be nerds together.
Mudfish, but
Let's
Levy
all
is very
come
southern.
together.
So she's like... How would she say, like, I'm a heretic, but with a southern accent? When she's, like,
Let me see.
faking to Siren.
I'm a heretic. I'm a heretic. Oh, it does it. It changes her. Making her Southern makes her not Levy anymore. Oh, I don't know if I like it.
That's interesting.
I don't know that I like it. That's a whole new character. Let's see.
Chapter 33.
The best way to get someone to go to a convention is definitely fan requests. So if you guys want any particular Vs to go to conventions, definitely email the convention,
Brandi.
like
Guess what?
the event managers and such.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
We have a highlighted message from Chapter 33, watching a behemoth throwing up from Fun's Beck. Message is highlighted.
Did you really do what I just think you did? Oh, okay.
She's like revolted. Yeah.
Oh, did you really do what I just think you did? Ugh, how revolting.
Neko, I don't know if am I supposed to feel bad about this, or is this...
I love getting scolded by Levy, yes. I'm revolting, yes.
How would Leviathan react to seeing how much some of these people have spent on gacha gaming? Don't you call me out, chat. Not me, you. Laplace is here. He spent as much as I have.
She'd be real judgy. She'd be real judgy. Yeah.
Nobody run the command. Nobody run the command. I'll time you out. Nobody run it.
Exclamation.
No, it's okay. All right, thanks, chat. GG, boys. GG.
1,000. So people pay. So you pay for the chapters? Like, do you pay for a subscription?
You pay. Okay, so this game has a pulling system, but there's no guarantee that you'll pull the character. There's a percentage rate if you pull a 5-star unit. So, for instance, if your character comes out, she'll have a 1% rate on the banner. So, in order to max out a character, you have to pull 11 copies. You spend a good $1,000 to $2,000 a banner to max a character on average for a 1%, if you're lucky. if you're lucky.
You just said so many words that I'm gonna need to write down and
There's
look
also
up.
there's a leveling system in this game that are based off
So
resources, and you can buy the resources raw from the shop to advance your progress in the game faster. You know.
Oh my god.
She's learning so much.
I am like, my brain is gonna short out. I'll be like, wait, was that a fever dream?
I guess for context, I'm one of the top 200 like players by level in NA, and then if you see Bud Platinum, I think he's top 100 in NA.
Okay.
So like we spent a decent amount, but like it's the instance of, oh, there's also costumes. That's a fair point too. Oh, if Leviathan got a costume, what would you want to see her in?
Ooh. So the costumes have a lot of like armor and stuff, right?
Well, it could be casual. They have casual
Could be
attire as
anything.
well. Yeah, any type of outfit.
I think she would have, I feel like she would maybe have like tools. There would be something, because you know, she, like you said, there's all that like machinery and stuff that's around her. I feel like there would be some form of, like, she would have a lot of pockets.
She'd be like sentient.
Because she has no pockets right now, which is just discriminatory.
That's a crime.
Lab coat?
Yes.
Question mark.
Many pockets. No, lab coat.
Lab coat.
Oh no.
Mighty Tools Levy. Yeah, Mighty Tools Leviathan.
Yes.
Fishing vest.
Oh my god.
Fishing
Can you
Leviathan.
imagine,
Fisherman.
like
Fishing
overalls?
Leviathan.
Like they're like overalls, but they're like leather overalls, but like. No, you're right. It would be something you could get in the water. Yeah, big cargo pants. I don't disagree.
Dave the Diver Leviathan edition. Bunny ears
And she would
needed.
have pet fish. Yes.
Pet fish.
Yes.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
I think she would. I think
Pet
she would
fish.
fish in
You
order.
sure you're not
to
gonna eat that?
Keep
She would.
them. I think she would keep them. I think she's gonna come around. Oh no! Is it like 101 Dalmatians? She's like getting them so she can skin them. Is her whole
Oh
outfit
my
made of skin? Her whole outfit is made of fish skin.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
she wants to be Siren.
Oh, she would smell
wants
so
to be
bad.
Siren.
Wants to be Siren.
No, that's like
Oh,
schizophrenic.
no.
That's like schizophrenic level, dude. No.
I mean, she does love Siren, so.
That much though would be. Would you be able to play a part like that, where she's? Oh wait, no. She'd be unhinged.
Maybe
Never
she
mind.
would just like emulate her, you know? Maybe it's like it's a little bit of
Levy going,
silence.
oh.
A little bit of Silence of the Lambs. She's making like a skin suit. It's not so terrible.
Goodness.
Terrible.
Oh my god. Unhinged
There's a character that looks like
Leviathan.
Cruella de Vil. What a great reference.
I
Oh.
love that.
I guess since we're also like getting to the end, you can think about this in the last couple minutes that we have. We normally have a sign off where I'll basically thank you for coming on and Echo for co-hosting, and we'll have you sign off in character. So like anything you want to say to the community, you can be completely snarky or sarcastic. I think that would be better.
Yes.
So anything that you want to say at the end as a final sign off, and then we'll kind of like fade to black, and that'll be the video on YouTube. So just something to keep in the back of your mind as well.
Okay, great. I love it. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, an improv exercise too. Woo.
Right before your
Says
class,
workout.
W. Right before the class, W.
I know,
Isn't
we're
this
just
fun?
warming me up. We're just warming me up. That's it. That's all that it is.
It's great.
Your fetish is. What? She's. I'm not gonna entertain you. Time him out. Time him out for 30 seconds.
I'm
Neko, you be quiet. No.
right here.
No. Shh, 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 shh.
Huh?
All the snark. Let's go. You got this. All right, chat. We have a good. You said you had to leave by. We're not gonna let you dip out because I'm assuming your class starts at 7.
Yeah, it starts at 7. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll let you go. In 8 minutes, we'll do a sign off.
Perfect.
All right, chat. Questions.
Love it.
Questions
8
and
minutes.
voice requests.
Make 'em good.
8 minutes, chat.
Make 'em.
Thanks for the food. I know. All the snark.
Do you like eating grilled fish?
Me? I'm a sometimes fish eater. I like fish
Oh.
if it's prepared
Oh.
right. Like, I don't make fish, but I love eating sushi.
Oh.
And
Oh
I love-
yeah.
I love well-prepared fish. So, which
Oh, yes.
I'm not an expert at. So, like, usually I don't eat a lot of fish at home, but I'll eat it when I go out.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're the
that sounds
pros
great.
who make it. But yeah, I love sushi. I love it.
I guess what we could
Me
ask
too.
you
Big
is,
fish eater.
if you were to go to a convention, I guess how would you feel about going to a con and meeting the community in person?
Probably it would be a lot of emotions. I would probably be really overwhelmed. I would be incredibly nervous. And I think it would be a little bit of like sensory overload. Like you would probably see actual sparks coming out of my brain being like, oh, look over here, do this, do that. You like, make sure you're, so, yeah, but I think it would be incredible.
The short
It would be
circuiting
really
in real time.
fun. Yes, exactly. It would be really fun to watch the convention because in theory, if I were to go, I'd be able to have like a table, right, where I could stand behind the table. So it would be nice to have like a spot, because I love to people watch. So it'd be really fun to have a spot where I can like safely be and people watch. And
your line is gonna be so long that it's gonna block everything. Sorry.
You're very nice. I do not believe that's true. But I'll be delighted people watching.
I believe that's true.
I believe that's true.
Oh, who's my favorite character in the game? And if I haven't played it, go off on looks. Ooh, I hear a lot about Red Hood.
Oh, Red Hood.
Oh.
I don't know if she's my favorite, but she's someone I'm the most fascinated with because I hear a lot about her.
She's a very complex
I think you guys would have a very interesting. I think Red Hood and Leviathan we had a very interesting conversation about life.
Yeah.
I feel like they would.
Yes.
What's your favorite travel destination from Mr. Laplace?
Oh, I just went to Vietnam and Thailand last year. Yeah, so last year.
Oh, how fun!
Vietnam and Thailand on a trip with my sister, the one who loves Lord of the Rings. She's a nerd like us, and I absolutely fell in love with Vietnam. It is so beautiful. The people are so nice, and I had just the best time. So, out of just like recent destinations, Vietnam is my like current. Love to travel there, but then London is the city of my heart. I've been to London a lot, and I love London. I love it.
You know, I just got reminded that you probably haven't seen this sequence either. I'm gonna send you a few images. Are you aware that Red Hood like punches Leviathan in the mouth?
How dare she?
Never mind, I don't like her.
You don't like her
Platinum.
anymore? Rip.
Yeah, no, now I take it back. I take it back. My answer is not that. But I would have to agree with Bud Platinum that the food in Thailand is like top notch, 10 out of 10, 12 out of 10. I don't know. Thai food.
If you check our
Thai
DMs,
food.
I'm sending you the sequence. It's when she brings Rappy into like her bubble and is trying to like read her mind basically. And Red Hood just like comes in and says, yeah, no, and just like sucker punches her.
Oh, you have shown me. That's Red Hood who did that?
That's Red Hood.
Wow, what a bitch. I don't take it back. I am still most fascinated with her. She's got spunk. I like it.
She's got spunk. What a bitch is Grace. That's amazing.
I do want to make like a custom whiteboard with Leviathan's forehead so we can play tic-tac-toe. That is true.
I'm so it's so
that
funny. I didn't notice till now that Neko drew like shine on the forehead. Like the forehead has highlight on your PNG.
I did. Yes, it's very shiny.
It's very shiny.
Oh, that's so funny. It's because her skin is so luminous.
Luminous.
Yeah.
Radiant. Yes.
All right, we have a
It's very hydrated.
we have a vocal request from
Yeah,
my friend
exactly.
Shenron. He wants you to laugh and say your luck sucks. It's a meme that other people have done as other characters just to bully me. So I'm sure that motivates you even more. GG.
So I just laugh and then say the phrase, your luck sucks.
Yeah, like, yeah, gotcha luck in particular. So, like, that's what they're gonna use it on probably later.
Okay, got it. Your luck sucks.
I feel so attacked! No!
I love it! It's so good!
No!
You just like stabbed me in the heart, and it was really good.
No, I would never.
It's gonna get clipped. It's
Never.
gonna get clipped. It's gonna get clipped. It's over. It's so done, boy. It's so fried. That's such a good freaking clip. Oh, also, Mr. Bud Platinum absolutely loves your character. Bro changed his profile picture on Discord to Leviathan.
Yeah, buddy.
That was beautiful.
I should change mine.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So what kind of stuff should I post on Twitter, guys? Now that I'm what kind of content do you guys like on the twits?
Honestly, like, updates are nice. Like, just updates on when you're recording stuff, but I don't know if you can do that. Maybe
Not
like
that.
when the anniversary comes out, you can like post reaction stuff, like how you like excited about the community to like know more about Leviathan or whatnot. You can honestly like hit up NIKKE or me if you need to go on like some sort of tangent about it.
We would help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fan art too. If you find fan art of Levy, you can also repost it.
Yeah. An idea on Twitter, delete the app. Look, I hear ya.
Bill has requested. Overlord has requested.
Yeah, Bill. Because Bill was like, you need to get on Twitter. I'm like, oh, Bill, it's so hard. It's so hard.
There's so much going on.
There's so much happening.
I still have an account. I know, I still have an account, but again, I have like a day. It's 24 hours that are filled in my days. But yeah, no, I really want to be able to like post stuff, be there, be present, be a part of the community. So.
All right. I think we have time for one more question. So the last thing I would like to ask you, if you could say something to the NIKKE community, whether it be thanking them for the support on your performance or just how you feel being able to be in the game in your role, if you had to say anything to the NIKKE community as a final sign-off, go ahead and let it rip, and then we'll go straight to the outro.
Okay, this isn't my sign-off, is it? This is my that I was told to
I'll
improv?
outro after, and then we'll toss it back to you to sign off.
Okay, great. As far as to you guys, I am eternally grateful to be a part of this community, to get to know you guys, to get to help bring these stories to life, and I am stoked to be a part of it for hopefully a long time to come. So let's make sure to keep Levy around.
We definitely hope that.
Oh, we want to.
We definitely
really want to. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for talking with us.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you anyone for showing up today. That's wild to me. So
Chat,
this is.
Can we get ready for the sign off? And can we have a bunch of Levy appreciation, whether it's a forehead emote or just a bunch of hearts, Doros, anything you guys want to spam as we sign off for today? Thank you so much again. Just for coming on, sweet. Brandi, and just, being able to talk with us and sharing your, your take on Leviathan's character. Holy shit, thank you for the gift subs. I really appreciate you being on. I know you have a busy schedule. We would love to have you back on again. Absolutely love to have you back on at some point. It's been an amazing interview.
Thank you. Thanks.
Any final thoughts from you, NIKKE?
Yeah.
No, I'm just so grateful that you're here and spending time with us. We would love to have you back on, like you said already. So yeah, very excited.
We will definitely be in touch. It's very nice that we also can just chat. It's not all scheduling and planning. I really do appreciate that. Just thank you so much for being an amazing guest on the show today and just, talking with us. Even though it felt short, there's always another chance for you to come back on later. Very much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Definitely.
Yay.
Well, once again, everybody, thank you all for hanging out with us. This has been the 14th installment of our NIKKE VA highlights. Look forward to possibly seeing more Leviathan in the future. We definitely will, chat. Thank you so much to NIKKE for helping to schedule this out and being my amazing co-host. And once again, thank you so much, Brandi, for coming on and sharing your time with us. And without further ado, chat, we're going to toss it over one final time to our lovely Gremlin Leviathan to sign us off.
Finally, you're done with me? It's about time.